Good. Let it get a little deeper. That a boy. Last season we finished strong. You know, I mean, if you finish the year on a down note, it might give you a negative, even though we played good baseball, it might give you a negative outlook on how the season went. But the fact that we were able to finish with a sweep and finish above 500 made the guys feel good. And we did play good ball. We just ran into a tough run at the beginning of the season.
I think that the one difference that I see between this year's team and last year's team is the way we practice. I think we practice much more efficiently, much more energetically, and much more unified as a group. Last year, we had a lot of upperclassmen. We had a very talented team, but I think a lot of times we took it for granted, and we just tried to out-talent other teams when the other teams had prepared more than we had, and in the end, it sort of caught us, and it showed in our record.
When I say your head in that situation, you're leading with your head, which means your body's going to lead. Wherever your head goes, your body's going to go. Case in point, the pitch you take.
I was doing before I hit the ball?
A little bit. Well, I knew it because when you took a pitch, you were there. With the freshmen, you know, they seem to just fit right in with the older guys. I mean, and I think they push them too. You know, we have a great group of young players that work real hard, and the older guys see it, and it makes them work hard too. So, and then you talk about the junior college transfers, or you know, great work ethic and talented players. So this group really seems to be tight. So I'm excited about it.
Coming into this year, we weren't sure what the mixture was going to be with the new kids and the young kids, but we've definitely, you know, developed an atmosphere out here where everyone's really getting after it day after day. Whether they're a freshman or whether they're older, everyone still has that same attitude that we need to get our work in to be able to perform on the field.
For the seniors, I really feel like it's a big part for us to take care of the younger kids. We have guys like J.C. Cardenas, who will come in and start at shortstop. We have guys like Mike Diaz and Zach Berger, who will fill in the left field spot probably. So those guys, you know, for us as seniors, we really feel like we need to get them involved and get them, you know, to know how we do things, you know, in the program.
Our youth could be seen as an advantage because we're not quite, I don't want to say that we're not accustomed to the magnitude of the situation, but we're not exactly affected by the pressures of an upperclassman as much as we were last year, and I think that sort of caught up to us.
The depth of our pitching, and there's going to be opportunity for guys to contribute, even if that's one hitter, one inning, short relief, long relief, closing. You look at our starters, you got a freshman in Billy Atkins that's done a real nice job. He could end up being a weekday starter, or maybe even a weekend starter. You got Joe Anthony Rivera, who's a left-hander, Kevin Yost, who's a returner, Calvin Rayburn, who's been a surprise. I mean, he's on the radar of all the scouts right now. And then Tyler Kinley, who's been with us this is his 4th year, and I mean, he was on the mound the other night throwing 92 to 94. Topping out at 95. So he's a front runner for the closing role. And when you can start a game and get through it and give your offense and a chance to score runs, and then have a guy that can close it on the back end, you're going to have a chance to win a lot of ball games.
I feel like our back end is extremely strong. We have 2 guys, you know, besides myself and Calvin Rayburn and Tyler Kinley that come out there and they throw hard.
Our bullpen should be deep. We've got a lot of talent back there, a couple power arms, a couple guys that are pretty crafty. We're definitely very confident in our bullpen because we know that once we come in, we can close the door and, you know, be able to seal games out that way. We got guys such as Calvin, who is a big arm, big name, done it for the program for the past 3 years. You know, we'll look to him to lead us a lot of the way. Tim Blackman, another one, will be able to be another power arm to get us good outs, you know, and hopefully I can come in and close.
With a veteran ball club, which we've had in the past, you can be a little more patient. And I don't mean patient in the sense that, you know, you can wait forever to swing the bat, but with a lot of young players, I want them to think aggressive. So with men in scoring position, be aggressive early in the count, knock in the run early in the game, go after that, make that diving play rather than be hesitant. You look at a guy like Sheehan, I mean, he's one of the throwback players. Doesn't wear batting gloves, shows up to play every day, competes, he's dirty at the end of the game. He's a special player.
I think I approached the game freshman year with a good amount of confidence, and I just tried not to get wide-eyed at the plate. Pavo made it clear to me that I was going to have a pretty prominent role with the team as a freshman, which was a great honor, but also, I mean, it was kind of jarring. But expected to come in freshman year and learn, but turned out I was going to be a pretty integral part of the team. So it was good to sort of get my feet wet. Coach made it clear to me that I would have an expanded role leadership-wise this season. So I've sort of taken it upon myself to have more leading by example type mentality. If you ask Coach Pavo, last year I wasn't the best practice player in the world. I was sort of just when the lights came on, that's when I was ready to play. But this year I've sort of taken a more expanded role in practice, tried to be more focused in practice so that my teammates can learn based on my example, where last year I was just trying to learn based on their example.
Right? You can take an outside pitch and still be here. But if you're taking it and you're there, then you know you're diving. We're healthy going into the season. We had some nicks and bruises here in the fall, but nothing major, knock on wood. We stay healthy, we'll be okay. You know, we're young up the middle. You know, Adrian not necessarily, but at least with JC at shortstop. But we're solid up the middle, and that's, you know, kind of the way you need to be successful as a ball club defensively, is with your catcher, the guy on the mound, your guys in the middle, and then whoever's in center. So with Mike in center field, he's solid. Mike's layback. JC and Adrian in the middle, and Lewis behind the plate. That's pretty solid middle.
After a couple years ago when we won the conference, we realized that all the hard work that we had put in the fall really paid off in the season. It allowed, when our offense struggled, our pitching picked us up. When our pitching struggled, our offense picked us up. When we needed something to happen, our base runners made plays. And then we struggled a little bit last year with that, being able to pick each other up on those games that we needed it. So this year, some of the older kids took in the motivation this year early to go and make sure everyone gels on the same page, that everyone knows that we're going to need each aspect of the game to win, because it could be, you know, one simple play, it could be one simple pitch that could keep us, you know, from a regional, from a conference championship.
Our goal every year is to win the conference, period. And that assures you a berth into the regional, and we expect that we want to win a regional and get to the World Series. That is the goal every year, no matter what. So the expectation is that, without putting added pressure. You know, I think the polls came out today. It really doesn't matter where we're ranked, because the years that we won the conference, we were ranked after 4th place. I mean, we've never been ranked in the top 3, but that really doesn't matter. It matters what you do on the weekend and how you play in conference. So, you know, that's our goal, to be playing our best baseball once conference rolls around, and get after it.